Hello and welcome. This is Notibot ENG. In a world on edge due to escalating tensions in the Middle East, we bring you the latest updates from around the globe. Today's top stories revolve around Iran's supreme leader signaling his plan to maintain control over the Strait of Hormuz, a crucial waterway that has been at the center of international attention. We'll also explore possible opportunities for peace talks between Russia and Ukraine on the 9th of May. Let's dive into our news recap. As tensions in the Middle East continue to escalate, Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei is signaling a plan to maintain its control over a critical waterway. Good evening, and welcome to our daily news recap. Tonight, we're focusing on a significant development from the Middle East. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Mojtaba Khamenei, has signaled his plan to maintain control over the Strait of Hormuz, a critical waterway that connects the Persian Gulf to the ocean. In a statement released by the Iranian government, Khamenei vowed that Iran would establish new legal frameworks for the strait, effectively solidifying its dominance over this vital shipping route. The involvement is clear. Iran's military and nuclear ambitions are at the forefront of this move. The Strait of Hormuz has long been a point of contention between Iran and Western powers, particularly the United States. In 2019, the U.S. withdrew from the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, JCPOA, also known as the Iran nuclear deal, which had imposed strict limits on Iran's nuclear capabilities. The significance of this move cannot be overstated. The Strait of Hormuz is a choke point for global oil supplies, with approximately 20% of the world's oil passing through it every day. If Iran were to restrict or block access to the strait, it would have severe economic implications for countries around the globe. With Khamenei's statement, it appears that Iran is doubling down on its nuclear ambitions and refusing to back down from its demands regarding the Strait of Hormuz. This raises concerns about global stability and the potential for increased tensions between Iran and Western nations. We will continue to monitor this situation closely as more information becomes available. As tensions between Russia and Ukraine continue to simmer, a key event on the horizon may hold a potential catalyst for a long-awaited ceasefire. In a surprising development, Russia has offered its services as a mediator in the ongoing Ukraine conflict, a move that could potentially lead to a ceasefire. The proposal was made during a 90-minute phone call between Russian President Vladimir Putin and U.S. President Donald Trump on April 29. According to reports, Putin expressed his support for the current ceasefire in the Iran war, which he believes has created space for negotiations. The conversation turned to Ukraine, with Putin apparently offering to implement a ceasefire during Russia's Victory Day parade on May 9. This would be a significant move, as Western nations have boycotted the parade and Immortal Regiment remembrance since the start of the Ukraine war. The Immortal Regiment event is an annual ceremony where thousands of Russians walk with placards honoring their relatives lost in World War II. The decision not to show any military equipment during this year's parade is also noteworthy. Historically, victory parades in Russia have featured tanks and missiles, but it seems that Putin has opted for a more subdued display. The lack of a formal invitation from the Kremlin to Trump to attend the parade is also interesting, given his predecessors Bill Clinton and George Bush, who did receive invitations to participate. The potential ceasefire in Ukraine matters because it could be a significant shift in the conflict's trajectory. With Russia offering mediation services, there is a possibility that both sides could engage in talks to find a peaceful resolution. The success of such efforts would depend on various factors, including the level of trust between Putin and Trump, as well as the willingness of Ukraine's government to negotiate. As tensions escalate with a potential naval blockade of Iranian ports, the situation takes a volatile turn in the ongoing Middle East conflict. The situation in Lebanon has taken a devastating turn, with Israeli attacks resulting in significant loss of life and injury. According to local media reports, at least 2,586 people have been killed and over 8,000 wounded since March 2nd. The attacks have been ongoing for several days, with both sides accusing each other of aggression. The Israeli government has not commented on the extent of its involvement in the attacks, but it is widely believed that it is behind the strikes, which have targeted multiple areas across Lebanon. The Lebanese military has put out statements denying any involvement with Israel, claiming that the country was under attack by the enemy. Iranian authorities have condemned the Israeli actions as a violation of Lebanese sovereignty and have vowed to take action against Israel if necessary. Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi has stated that the attacks are an intolerable act and that Iran will not tolerate such aggression. The situation in Lebanon matters globally, as it is a key player in regional politics. The conflict also has implications for the Middle East peace process, with many countries calling for calm and restraint. The international community has been urging both sides to avoid escalation and work towards a peaceful resolution. As tensions continue to escalate, it remains unclear what will happen next. Diplomatic efforts are underway to resolve the situation, but so far, no clear solution has emerged. The world is watching as the situation unfolds in Lebanon, with many wondering when and if a ceasefire can be reached. As tensions escalate in the Middle East and global markets take notice, the price of oil is soaring to its highest level in 4 years. The Iran war has pushed oil prices to a 4-year high as tensions continue to escalate in the region. In an interview with Newsmax's Greta Van Susteren, President Trump claimed that we've already won the war in Iran, but said he wants to win by a bigger margin. However, multiple U.S. officials have told CBS News that Iran maintains more military capabilities than the White House or Pentagon has publicly admitted. According to these officials, about half of Iran's stockpile of ballistic missiles and its associated launch systems were still intact as of the start of the ceasefire in early April. President Trump stated that if the United States leaves now, it would take Iran 20 years to rebuild their military capabilities. However, he emphasized that it's not good enough, and that the U.S. must have guarantees that Iran will never develop a nuclear weapon. The situation has led to increased tensions in the region, with the United Arab Emirates Foreign Ministry announcing that it is banning citizens from traveling to Iran, Lebanon, and Iraq. FIFA President Gianni Infantino has also reaffirmed his belief that Iran will participate in the World Cup this summer, despite the war. This development matters because of its potential impact on global oil markets and international relations. The ongoing conflict between the United States and Iran is having far-reaching consequences for the region and the world at large. As tensions continue to escalate, it remains to be seen how governments and organizations will navigate these complex issues. In a complex web of geopolitics, one nation has emerged as a key beneficiary of the escalating Iran conflict, despite not directly engaging in hostilities. The Turkey-Iran war's biggest winner, Ankara's strategic payoff. Turkey's reaction to the U.S. and Israeli aircraft strike on Iran in February was notable for its calculated distance from Tehran. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan condemned the attacks as a blatant violation of international law, while also criticizing Iranian intransigence for the collapse of pre-war negotiations. This active neutrality stance has yielded significant strategic dividends as the war enters its second month. The most visible gain is Turkey's emergence as a diplomatic power broker. A Turkish-led quartet, comprising Ankara, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Pakistan, coordinated de-escalation efforts in Islamabad on March 29. This format reflects Ankara's unique position as a go-between for messages between Iran and the U.S., according to Reuters. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen has publicly endorsed Turkey's mediation efforts, lending credibility to the role. The significance of Turkey's involvement lies not in its ability to broker a comprehensive settlement. It does not expect to achieve this, but rather in the diplomatic right of access that comes with playing a mediating role. This grant of legitimacy is substantial, as it allows Ankara to participate in high-level discussions and shape the narrative on regional conflicts. As the conflict remains fragile, Turkey's strategic position has never been stronger. The country's ability to navigate this complex web of alliances and rivalries will be crucial in determining its future influence in the region. With Pakistan's mediation efforts holding since early April, Ankara is poised to reap long-term benefits from its role as a diplomatic facilitator, benefits that may only become apparent once the dust settles on this protracted conflict. That's all for today's news recap. We'll continue to bring you updates on the ongoing conflict in Iran and its impact on global markets. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more breaking news and analysis from around the world. If you want to stay informed, hit that notification bell and check back with us tomorrow for another update. Thank you for watching.